Good morning. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about my last video. Tobias said it was tragic. That's the word he used to describe it, tragic. And I could see where he's coming from. So I'd like to explain a few things. The first thing I'd like to explain is that when I'm losing weight the way I lose weight, the first weight that goes off the chest. The weight comes off the chest first. Now, for a lot of women that consider the big tits to be their only saving grace, or for women that are already insecure about the size of theirs, this can be very distressing. But I don't give a fuck. I like to think I know what I'm doing. Like, they say, oh, no, this is bullshit. I look terrible. I look worse than I did. But this is part of the process. You will generally look worse before you look better. Because, as I say, the first weight comes off the chest, then the belly starts to come in, then you take the belly in behind the chest and bring the chest out. But as I say, it's a process. But as I say, like, this is just something like you have to live with. I didn't look at that video and say, oh God, look at the belly. I'm not posting this, I'm taking this down. No, I don't give a fuck. This is just the way it goes. And if you know anything, this is just the way it goes. Then I wanted to explain about the inability to do the sit-up. I had went down to the sports shop and I said, do you have a 55 centimetre ball? I need a 55 centimetre ball because a 65 centimetre ball is okay if you're about 6'4". But if you're my height, I need a 55 centimetre ball because you need to be able to get into the arch at the back, and you need to be able to drop the shoulders out over the back with the feet planted firmly on the ground. You'll see he's ordering me a 55 centimetre ball, and you'll see when I get it. But when he said he was getting the 55 centimetre ball, and when I went down to the shop, he said, no, there's no ball today. Oh, I thought about a storm, Maria, but there was no ball to be got. And then my soul said to me, you don't need a ball, just plough on. You don't need a ball. I said, right, fair enough, I don't need a fucking ball. Now, on Saturday night, I ate about 5 Nutella sandwiches. About 5 Nutella burgers, burger buns with a good heavy layer of Nutella in between them. And I ate about 5 of them. And then my soul said to me, well, Dave, would you fit in another one? And I said, yeah. I said, go for it then. So I did. I went and said 6 Nutella sandwiches, 6 big, that's half an inch. So that's about half a loaf of bread and about half a jar of Nutella. And when you backfill the carbs at the weekend, I've always done this, but when you backfill the carbs at the weekend, you blow out like. Now, usually if you're good and lean and have good muscular structure, you look like a brick shithouse. But obviously I'm not at that stage yet. So when I blow out, well, you saw how it looks. But as I say, this is all part of the process. And then on Sunday, but it's important, I think, to backfill the carbs at the weekend. And again, most people would be shit their pants when they do this. They shit their pants and they say to themselves, oh, I never do that again, no more sugar, no more this. It's all how you use these things, Everything is how you use it. And then my soul said to me on Sunday, there's a can of Coke. There's a can of Coke, that's for you. And I said, I don't drink Coke. And I said, the can of Coke is for you, drink the can of Coke. And I said, fair enough, I'll drink the can of Coke. Now that reminded me of the time I was in jail here in Bulgaria. They used to give me a bread roll with a big jelly strip about that thick down the middle of it. Big jelly strip that thick down the middle of it. And it used to light up your whole brain. You'd be leaping around, I'm getting out today. Oh, you'd be in great form. You'd be raring to go. You'd be pawing the ground to get out. And then in the evening, after dinner, you just crash. A big sugar crash from the sugar and the bread and the big lump of jelly. And then you'd be fit to top yourself for the evening. And I just said to myself after a while, this is mental torture. It was easier for me to just refuse the food and just say, no, shove it, and maintain a more stable, without the big sugar spike and the crash, what use is the fucking sugar spike? And I fucking locked up in a fucking 4x4 or whatever you call it. But that's what happened on Sunday and it was an interesting experience. Now I wasn't doing a whole lot on Sunday, so I could have the crash, you know what I mean, and I could just lay around and just rest myself, so it wasn't a big deal. But again, it was just backfilling the carbs, and then you see the you know, like when I looked at the video, I said, "Right, the belly is a bit of an issue, but I'm working on it. Do you know what I mean? It is an issue, but I'm working on it." And if you ask me, will I continue to backfill the carbs at the weekend? Yes, I most certainly fucking will, because as I say, I like to think I know what I'm doing. What else was I going to say then as well? Yeah, and then I suppose my ego did exceed my ability when I went to try and do the sit up on the reclining bench. So like to find well, I did practice at first and I was fairly confident I would be able to do it, but it just turned out I wasn't. But I still wasn't going to delete the video because the whole thing is warts and all, and you'll have it as is. I like to, I'll give it to you as is. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a mat, and I'm going to bring it back a little bit, bring it back another stage, and I'll put together a 3 exercise little things for the core. Now, the next training video I'll do 3 exercises for the core, because the core is very, very important. It's very important that you get the fundamentals right. It's like anything. You have to get the fundamentals right before you make any progress in this regard. So the core is really, really important. And you see, when we get into further exercises, it's very important to have control over your core. And that's why I'm focusing so much on the core. Yeah. And it's also very important to not give a fuck about the perceptions of others. This is really, really important. Because if I gave a fuck about the perceptions of others, I would be really troubled over that video. About the belly, about the fucking inability to do a sit-up, big fat lad trying to do a sit-up on the bench. But no, I don't give a fuck. It didn't bother me in the least. Not in the least. Yeah. So that's enough about that video. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.